Hey, business owners. Today I have with me Shanika from Event 360. For those who don't know Event 360 yet, Event 360 have been doing cutting edge AV and event production for over 20 years. And Shanika is the CEO and he's a dynamic young guy who understands technology really well. And as you know, this whole space has changed so much. In the past, Shanika and his teams would be running mega events for big corporations when they want to have award ceremonies, big event launches, product launches, and conferences. As you know, they do conferences for big brands, but not only big brand corporations, but for big brand individuals in motivation, in technology, in property, in finance, etc. So now Shanika and his team have had to pivot because there's no real live events happening because of social distancing. And I was keen to understand from Shanika, what are the things people need to look at when they're having their events? Because still people need to run their award ceremonies and get that message out for big corporations with event launches and product launches. So let's talk to Shanika. Shanika, firstly, great to have you join me today.
Great to be here, Dinesh. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Shanika, tell us, if I was organizing a big award ceremony, what are the things I can do today to get have the best impact?
I guess, obviously, let's look at it like this. Now, there's no audience. That's number one. That's one of the biggest challenges. You're limited in numbers of how people are gonna interact. So in an awards ceremony, we can do various things like having virtual studio concepts, having using softwares, high-end softwares, and using a virtual studio concept where you can bring in your award winners virtually from state to state, and create more interaction. Build the studio in a way that the audience feels that they're connected.
Fantastic. And when you talk about interaction, right? So there are award winners coming through different states. If you wanted to present a bit about their business, how would you do that?
Yeah. So presentation is now starting to become a big thing. You've probably seen even motivation speakers such as Tony Robbins, they've remodified, pivoted in different ways. So I guess for small businesses or any other presenter, who doesn't have that kind of big budgets, we got to look at other creative ways to do it. And to do it in a more dynamic way, using multiple cameras than just staring at your laptop and presenting it. Small techniques like that, having a bigger screen to have your audience viewed, have the questions coming in so that you feel connected to them and them feeling connected back to you, and catching that eye to eye contact and creating that face-to-face connection with your audience is the most important thing, I feel.
Fantastic. Actually, with virtual, what's really good is when the presenter is talking, you can have a one-on-one conversation, can't you?
That's right. Yes.
Fantastic. Look, Shanika, say if I was running an award ceremony, say if I was a dance school, how would you do that?
Yeah, so we could do it in various ways. Obviously, it depends on what the budgets are like as well. These are hard times. We don't know what you're working with, but depending on your budgets, we can bring your events. We can either live stream your event with multiple cameras. We can do pre-records. We can do many things that can make your event look as live as possible. And also you might have students that are not living in the same state at the moment for various reasons, and you need to bring them back in. So this is where having a virtual set or building a virtual set and bringing them in a more elegant fashion, so that the awards night, they actually feel like that that whole live factor is you still have that feel, like you're in a prestigious award ceremony, rather than just going on screen and being like, oh yeah, thank you, like you're on a Skype or something like that. With that, interaction can be created by using various new technology that's being presented to us. I don't want to complicate things and try and give you more technical stuff, but having the right AV company, having a good team, and working with them, we can work out, we can talk to you, see what your requirements are, and we can work out how much you want to spend, and we can give you a solution, a customized solution that works for you.
Fantastic, Shanika. The greatest thing I can see, I could visualize realized as you were talking was, say, if I was a kid receiving an award, not only my parents and those who live close to us can come for this award ceremony now, but all our relations across the country, in other states, in other regions, or even in other countries can watch us, so we become like the award winners really become mini celebrities. So actually our virtual events can be a lot more powerful, can't they?
Absolutely. Even it can also become authentic marketing content for those dance academies or the schools, because these things can get shared or with a click, like on Facebook and all sorts of platforms. And it would be very exciting for a kid to start sharing their performances across all their platforms, from Instagram to Facebook.
Unreal. So it could be a dance school, it could be an educational institute, it could be any organization in teaching or in sport, for instance, right? I know I play cricket in summer, and every year we have our award ceremony in May, but this year it got postponed. Wish our organizers had met you. I should have actually mentioned you to them. So, I missed that one. This is such a great way of still running the award ceremonies, but also publicizing our organization. So that's a really good one. Shanika, I have one more question for you. I hope you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Look, what I want to ask is, everyone today wants to run a webinar, or they are running webinars. As you know, we have a weekly webinar. We have several hundred people who attend these webinars weekly. How can people who are running Zoom webinars bring more life to it?
Yeah. So again, we go back to the concept of having more interaction. So having, making it more dynamic, having not just one camera, one desktop camera sitting in front of you. Instead, we by getting a good team of camera guys, or maybe two cameras, capturing you. And while you present like you're actually at a live event, with your movements, with your slides, right, whether you're writing down charts, and the camera kind of follows you the same way ahead at the audience would follow you. And by using those right technique and right switching and all the possible technology that's now available to us, we can make that interaction really solid. And the audience point of view, when they look at the presenter, and the presenter is having that face-to-face feeling, while the camera gets them more connected and they understand the content better. And also from the speaker's point of view, if you have the audience more visible to you, in front of you, and you can see their reactions every time you give them that, more information, and you see those aha moments and the reactions the audience have, you feel more, you feel like you are much more connected to them than just staring at one camera. So using these simple techniques and using, the right team, we can make these webinars be a lot more interactive and more dynamic.
Fantastic, Shanika. That's some really valuable tips. I really appreciate them. Hopefully our audience would have picked up some really cool tips. And Shanika, I want to say, we've known each other for a while. You've been a NetStripes client for a while now, and you've attended our digital boot camp. You've attended Disruption. I think you did so well that Michaelia Cash loved what you said and did a beeline immediately after the event finished to come and talk to you.
Yeah.
Because again, the reason she did that is, when you pitched your business amongst about 10 others, she thought you were so exciting and informative, and that's why she came and spoke to you. You've done the strategy with us, and we've done your web solutions. We've done the marketing strategy. Are you able to tell me what you found useful and what did you find most valuable?
I think NetStripes have challenged me to look at my business in various different angles that I didn't see. I mean, I'm great at what I do in terms of I feel very confident in my subject in terms of the technicality of how to do an event, but I'm not an expert in getting my brand out there. But NetStripes gave me the core elements that I need to bring my brand out and to show the world what kind of a product that we can produce to them. And that's been the key points working with NetStripes. I've understood my business a bit more, more, and I've understood how to communicate with audiences in terms of marketing a lot in ways that I haven't thought about before.
Fantastic. Look, Shanaka, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. And thank you for talking to us and sharing your insights. No doubt our audience would got some really valuable tips from you today. Thank you again. And let's talk again, eh?
Yeah, excellent. Thanks for having me. And thanks for having me, Dinesh. And hopefully we can do some virtual events soon and we can show them what we are, talking about.
Let's do that. I'll take you up on that offer. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.